more special than the relationship of marriage between a man and a woman and vice versa. So in Genesis, Genesis chapter 2, we read about the first marriage. And so in Genesis 2, beginning in 21, it says, "And the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and he closed up the flesh in its place. Then the rib which the Lord God had taken from man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore a man shall leave his mother and father and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." And what happens when a couple gets married is you begin a family unit. You still have your family, your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, your extended family. They'll always be a part of your family too. But when you get married, you begin a unit, possibly another generation within your family. So everybody needs to respect that. You need to respect that, because now, Daniel, the most important person in your world, next to Jesus Christ, is Christina. And Christina, the most important person in the world, in your world, to you, next to Jesus Christ, is Daniel. And that's what makes this marriage special. And I say, since your mom's here, I'll say to Susan, you respect their marriage and their relationship, but you need to respect Susan. And everybody, if we can all respect each other's role in the family, then everything's going to be all right. So I encourage you to think about these things, but prioritize each other. Do that, and you'll always be okay. That means when you do disagree, and you will, you already have. When that happens, you may not change how you feel about something, but you will be concerned about how the other one feels about it, and you'll try to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. You'll try to do it thinking about their well-being, and that's what makes them know that they're your priority. Another passage is 1 Corinthians chapter 13. In 1 Corinthians 13, it says this. It says, "Love is very patient and kind, never jealous, never envious, never boastful or proud, never haughty or selfish or rude. Love does not demand its own way. It is not irritable or touchy. It does not hold grudges, and will hardly even notice when others do wrong." So you're not going to be critical of each other. "It's never glad about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. And if you love someone, you'll be loyal to them no matter what the cost." Doesn't mean you're going to excuse wrongdoing. Doesn't mean that you're going to stand up for somebody, even your spouse, when they're doing something wrong. If you love them, you're going to try to help them to do the right thing. But it does mean that you're going to try your best to uphold for them, even during those times when they may be going off track. You'll always believe in them, and you'll always expect the best from them. And you'll always stand your ground with them. And so y'all okay with this? That's what you're getting into. Sir. That's what this is.
We're ready.
All right. Well then, here today, I'm going to give you these vows, and I'll start. I'll start with you, Daniel, and I'll read the vow. You listen carefully, and when I finish, I'll ask you to answer. I do. Okay.
Yes,
So Daniel, in taking Christina to be your lawful wedded wife before God and these witnesses present with you, do you promise to love her, to honor her, and to cherish her, and leaving all others to cleave only to her and be to her in all things the true and faithful husband that she deserves, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
All right. Christina, in taking Daniel to be your lawful wedded husband before God and these witnesses present, do you promise to love him, to honor and cherish him, and leaving all others to cleave only to him and be to him in all things the true and faithful wife that he deserves?
I certainly do.
All right, well, great. Well, then today, by the authority given to me by the state of Alabama and by God as a servant of his in the gospel ministry, I pronounce you husband and wife. You can kiss your bride.
Oh, I've been waiting to say
All right.
thank you.
Well, thank you. All right. And
Appreciate it.
I'm just thrilled. And
I gotta get
thank
it up.
you. Well, I'm so glad. I want a hug. So,
Hot flashing.
how do you feel?